Let me check. Test it.
All right. Shalom, shalom, shalom. We're the real Hebrew Israelites down here at the GMS Hampton, Virginia camp. Back out here once again to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, known in the scriptures, aka known in today's terms, America. All right. And preach deliverance to the Israelites, the elect of the nation of Israel. All right. And pretty much, expose this damn devil for his wicked devices and the things that are supposed to come past via the scriptures, man. But before we do that, we want to face the east and give all praise, honor, and glory to and double honors to our apostles, our elders, and bishops for great millstone, who rule well and teach well on sound doctrine. Peace, love, and salutation to you, occupy during doing the work with truth and sincerity, and wishing you lives and freedom to do so, man. All right, shalom to you. We go ahead and get that Isaiah here.
The book of Isaiah, chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgressions.
Yeah, show my people their transgressions. So we know that mine is a possessive noun, right, pertaining to, mine. So the Lord's people, right, we already know, is Hebrew Israelite 101. The Israelites are these so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, and Semi-Indians. But why are we crying aloud? Why are we not sparing? Because this truth has to come out. We have to give you it cold cut to the truth. Matter of fact, we get Hebrews 4:12 over the show.
Can I say?
Yeah,
I was just gonna say that right there is a cut in itself, but you got spiritual. Isaiah 58:1. My people. Not cutting Christianity, because Christianity say everybody can make it to heaven, right? But the Lord is saying, show my people their transgression, And if you go back, you do your history, it's the Israelites that went into subjection, for not listening to the Heavenly Father, not everybody. So, I get that one. You want to give me what?
Can you read that back again?
The book of Isaiah, chapter 58 and verse 1. Cry aloud, spare not, lift up thy voice like a trumpet, and show my people their transgression.
And that's beautiful because it said lift up that voice like a trumpet. What does a trumpet do? It makes a loud sound. All right? We blowing the trumpet. We blowing the trumpets in Zion to warn you of the evil days that are to come. When I speak to average people on a day-to-day basis, they always tell me something is going on. It has to be something in the like things just don't seem right. Like you should have said the land of the mirth in the land is gone, roughly paraphrasing. It's letting you know that joyous spirit that people once had in America, that shit is depreciating. Yeah, Knicks, they won. So on and so forth, and New York going crazy and everything like that. But after that, then what? A couple months down the line, then what? That mirth is still going to go away, because they realize that, look, these are just little crumbs and so on and so forth just to get you through the week or the day. In all actuality, man, this damn devil is just doing these particular things so he can just bind you up, man. Not have you thinking about the shit that he's about to bring to you or bring to your door. You have something you want to say?
Yeah, Con. The land back on what you're saying. Yeah, he's been giving these Babylonians bread and circus. You know what I'm saying? And that's all they got to go on at this point, bread and circus. Because, like what you just said, the mirth is gone. And what's left?
Nostalgia.
Yeah, you got it.
Nostalgia. They're trying to bring back that old feeling. That's why the campaign. But that's why that nigga Donald Trump is bringing, that MAGA spirit. He wanted to make America great. He wanted to be joyous. He wanted to be, you can go outside and see niggas picking cotton, you know what I'm saying, and having them. That's what he wants. He's tired of seeing these niggas on these streets doing whatever and bopping around, like you said, bread and circus. You know what I mean? But what we're here to do, man, we're here to tell you these things to get out of that mindset of being so in awe or astonished at the bread and circus, man.
How wicked do you? How wicked could you have possibly have been, or are?
Look at that big ass. Michael son. Big ass. You about to take a swig of your cup.
I think it was just over there.
He was on the pillow.
Yeah,
I watched the film. It's lucky, bro. You got to know.
yeah, you got it out.
Yeah, come on. What I was gonna say is, how wicked could you possibly be to be around Jake your damn near your entire career, sit with Jake at restaurants, go to boxing matches with Jake's, you know, do photo ops with Jake, and then to turn around and try to make America great again. You know what I'm saying? Shitting on Jake.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the fucking disguise that you would have to put on, you know, to blind Jake into thinking that you were for him when in fact you were never for him, is very fucking deceitful.
Look at the Native American. Look at Gas.
Exactly, yeah.
The nigga he always had a smile on his face.
Mm-hmm.
That nigga Christopher Cologne couldn't put down the screw for a whole hour because of all that blood shit that he did.
Hey, if you think about it, there's certain movies where you have a slave and a master, and the master was actually cool with the slave. Like, you'll have conversations with them, they act like they would kind of build a friendship.
Yeah.
But he still looked at Jake like, yo, you still know your place, you still a slave.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So certain Edomites will have that friendly dialogue with Jake, but in his mind, he still feels like it's the old school order, the good old boy.
You saw that in
Make America great again. Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? And you see that in a few different movies. Where even on Life, you know, he was mad cool with Martin, right? Martin, he even had Martin Rock driving him in town.
Yeah.
You know, but he still looked at him like you still an inmate.
Right. Know your place.
Yeah, know your place.
But if you notice, a lot of them to get bold right now. You're looking at social media, like all of the stuff going on, the narrative with these cases that they got going on. But, they trying to stir up everything for this civil war and everything. And then on social media, you strolling down, you see all kind of racist rhetoric. They really coming out with. And these the same people that you rub elbows with every day at work and everything. They already telling you they already ready for something to go in. They ready for stuff to pop off.
That guy, Chad the Builder. Chad is. So he basically, all right, I'm gonna run through it real quick. He basically was a home improvement guy, right? But he got caught being recorded in not a fender better, but what's that? Road rage where you argue with, and he said something racist, and they recorded him. So he got kind of popular on the internet, and he got fired from his job. Yeah, because he said something racist. So he became a streamer where he would antagonize Jake, call him the N-word, say you chimping out, this and that, and everybody's looking like, yo, how is he walking up on Jake and not getting his ass whooped? You know what I mean? Well, I don't know if it's to stage or not, but he just got shot. I think it hit him in the arm or something. Like he ain't gonna do those things, but he's into right now. But I'm just laying back on what you're saying. On the internet, all you've seen is this big hype where you can see the division. It's like you see it happening right now. Even when I told you that little situation I got, I'm talking about they hopping off of pickup trucks. You know what I mean? And they want that. And some people blame DJT, but at the end of the day, it's the Heavenly Father.
Yeah, the Lord has put a spirit on these people, or that love in their heart is going away. That love is turning into hate. Matter of fact, can the brother get that Ecclesiastes 3? You still got
No, one more thing. I'm slogging. And the latest thing I just seen was some Edomite rode past a party of Jake. Came back. They said I didn't see it. They didn't show him, but he had full body armor on. Yeah. And drove up past and out the window, started dumping on and these young Jakes. What was his name? Like kids, 16, 17?
Right. It was a family reunion.
It was a reunion. I thought it was a birthday party, but yeah, it was a family reunion. And just drove by and just started airing the place out. You know what I mean?
You seen was the nigga who saying, I ain't shooting.
Yo, nigga, I ain't never think to stop, drop, roll, nothing. They just how the bullets.
No, that's what he said. Oh my God, they shoot.
Yeah.
They shooting.
Yep, they shooting.
So
that's we bring this out for edification because this is the time we in, man. We're in the time where you're seeing division between Jake and E, because that was written before time. And also, you seeing the division between Jake and niggas as well, man.
Yeah.
You see these niggas out here just being niggas, yo.
Straight.
You killing people for no reason. People killing their own parents. You know what I mean? Back town, the town I'm from, one of the towns I'm from, uh, he killed his whole family just in the house. Just and it ain't been on that side, and that ain't that's the good side of town. Just and I guess for like 3 days they couldn't find nobody, so they went in the joint. He took all three of his parents and I believe a sibling. Yeah, we just in these times, man. That's why it's not wild to be out here hanging out and about on the regular with these common folk, man.
That's why I got put them in. But sees the evil and hide himself.
Yeah.
I got it. This is Ecclesiastes 3. And one said, there is a time for everything and a season for every activity under the heavens. It says a time to be born and a time to die, a time to plant and a time to uproot.
Yeah, so let's start right there. So he said a time to be born and a time to die. When you look at the times that we in now, what's happening? You got Jake being reborn again. You got Jake coming into the heritage and finding out who they are. But then you also, on the flip side, you got a lot of people that are dying because of their wickedness, because the Lord is calling those spirits back, because the doors of the mercy are slowly closing. So when the doors of mercy start to close, that's when judgment starts to roll out. Now it ain't no more warning. There ain't no more talking. It's just death. You know, it's just death or plagues, famine, destruction. I went to Chick-fil-A yesterday to get some damn little fruit cup or whatever, and I seen this damn lady, and she was maimed, like she had a birth defect, and pretty much her arms were like a T-Rex, and she didn't have full grown arms, and I was like, man, that's really judgment for the Lord to have her out here looking like that. And I was like, the common knowledge back in the ancient times, Jake would have been asking, like, damn, like, did she sin? Like, why is she born like that? Because that's abnormal. And it's a lot of death that is compassed about America. This place is known as the Valley of Shadow of Death. Like, you know, so it is time to be born and to die. You know, you got it, right?
It says, verse 3 says, a time to kill and a time to heal.
Say that one more time.
A time to kill and a time to It says a time to kill and a time to heal.
Read that again, bro.
A time to kill and a time to heal.
Yep, a time to kill and a time to heal. Right? So what the hell is this devil gonna start doing, man? He's gonna start killing a lot of you folks, man. He is known for having the blessing of the sword in the scriptures, man. He's the devil, Diablos, which means deceiver, man. Yeah. He is the wicked one. All right? The one the curse of the earth, man. Look at how much chaos this nigga done brought from the 1300s until now. Since the dark ages ended until, you came about now, this little season that he in. Look how much shit that he done fucked up, man.
And now he's at the point of the shot. He at the point where he ain't even trying to hide his wickedness and his cunning, that so-called cunning. Look at you got the Carmelo Anthony verdict that happened, right? They showed the jury. They were all Edomites. Majority was over 50 years old, right? And what city was Carmelo? This at Carmelo. You remember? South, right? Far south. So you got majority of your jury that's over 50 years old, Edomites. They got proof that the Edomites jumped the kid from them. It was self-defense, right? So then you got the kid that he killed, his father, his best friends with the DA and the judge. They got a picture of all them hugged up, smiling in somebody's house like they had a cookout look like. So they not, what I'm saying, Esau's not even trying to hide, hey, we're against you, we're going to keep our foot on your neck. Yeah, we're buddied up. We don't care. They showed this on the TV of them being in cahoots with each other. And so of course they railroaded the kid. Hey, that's all of the Lord. But they gave this kid 35 years for defending himself. They said they jumped him. He tried to get away. I guess he tripped and fell, and they hopped on him some more. So he defended himself, and he fought the kid up. Is that not? Ain't you supposed to protect yourself?
Well, that's what they tell him.
And he was outnumbered.
And so now, you know how Jake is. I'm gonna make this quick. Now they looking back at Dylan Roof The other, what's the kid that got dropped off in New Orleans or whatever with his
Yeah, I seen that. I seen that.
He went and actually shooting.
And just
He got his mom dropped.
Yeah,
And
right.
so they showed the last three people that were Yasha Allah.
Yeah.
They got away with murder.
Yeah.
You got the deckhand. He's thick crying on the stage.
But they say self-defense.
But it's all self-defense. To the point where even they showed this old Edomite from Texas who even said, yo, if he was white, it would have been self-defense.
Right.
Yeah. So even when I'm like old Edomite from Texas, that lets you know when they even telling the truth, like yo, that would have been self-defense if it was eat. That's the times we in, man. That's why we gotta keep ourselves our head on the swivel and stay prudent.
Keep our nose clean.
Yeah, keep your nose clean. And hey, man, the Lord blessed us with that spiritual eyesight. Don't go to that crowd if your spirit tell you have some bullshit going on. Why?
You know, kind of, I mean, scriptures say a person maketh a wise man mad.
Come on.
So we know our we know our oppression, but we also know our oppressors.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, Jake seemed to think that he has a fair shot in this wicked kingdom, and you know that's what's rousing Jake up. The realization that he doesn't have a fair shot in this kingdom by no nation.
By a long shot.
You know?
Yeah, because pretty much we're in the hands of our enemies. We are POWs, prisoners of war. We're held against our will. We were brought here on slave ships against our will.
Yeah.
Right? And then our freedom is in the hands of our enemies. So they can dictate whether we can sit in a jail cell for 35 plus years or live in a fucking projects or whatever for 35 plus years. Because not only do they own the jails, the jail system, the school system, right? They own the banks. So they have literally control whether we can get approved for a loan to get a house, a car, our livelihood, background check. They own the DMV, the records for the driving. They can say, oh, put points on it. Now our license is revoked. Now you know it's so many different things and variables that they have control over, man. But yet Jake still think that he's fucking free, man.
Yeah, you know, right there. You know what I'm saying? It's a remedy. Well, it is the curses. We went off. You know what I'm saying? We got to pay for what we've done. You know what I'm saying? The scriptures say that we should go to them for the want of all things, not some things, all things. Everything. You know, the clothes you got on your back, the food that you eat, you know, the license to travel. You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to get to the point where you're going to have to be justified in your movement. You know what I'm saying? When they shut this motherfucker down. You know? You're not going to be able to have the freedoms that you have now. That's why the brother brought out Isaiah 58. Cry aloud, spare not. Show my people their transgressions. Because we're warning you of the things that are coming down the pipe. You know? And one of the things that's here is the devil hates you. You know what I'm saying? There's always been that latent animosity towards Jason. You know?
Perpetual hatred.
Yeah, come on. There's always been that perpetual hatred. You know? A perfect hatred towards you, Jake.
Hey.
Since we were born, man.
I was about to say, second Ezra's. Genesis 25. You know what I mean? Hey, it was war in the womb. Jacob hanging with Esau before they even came out the womb.
Yep.
So it's meant, because, you know, a person can just dislike a person in the world of any nature. But time and time again, you see that thick tension between Jacob and Esau out of every other nation. You know what I mean? Elam usually be minding his business. You know what I mean? Ishmael, you know, on the regular basis, you don't really think of nothing. But when you see Jake, when you see E, it's just that. Even just walking down the street and you see an Edomite woman, that tension, clutching the purse, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a thick cloud, you know, of tension.
Yeah, kind of back on that, you know. Jake hasn't figured out that this devil hates the nation. He doesn't just hate the person, he hates the nation.
Come on.
You know what I'm saying? Because most logical people would be like, hey, look, he did me wrong, I'm not fucking with him. But this devil's saying he did me wrong, fuck the nation.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But we're so kind-hearted in our ignorance that we don't realize that the whole world hates you.
And what you said, I was saying a little earlier, Jake is so compassionate and forgiving. They don't want to come to terms, like you said, they don't want to come to terms that they still a slave.
Yeah.
They don't want to come to terms with it. That's why they got that. They think that American dream is for them as well.
Sure.
the white picket fence,
Piece of the
lassie in the backyard, you know, your child swinging on the tire,
Yeah.
hanging to the tree. That ain't for us. You know what I mean? That is not for us.
Yeah,
You know?
this is not your rest.
This is not our rest. You know, it's not, you know, and like I said, like you said, bro, the Lord gave us such a compassionate spirit that every 15 years times change. Give them a chance.
Right.
But from the womb, it's been beat. It don't matter how many years pass, he's still going to have a perpetual hatred for you.
Yeah. Huh? Shit, it might have been in the womb. Esau and Jacob might have been fighting, and you know, Jake might have been like, all right, look, let's calm down for a minute.
Wow, yeah, let's get out of here first.
Esau, he probably did some wicked shit and tried to wrap them biblical cord around Jake's neck. He's like, nah, fuck this, you ain't going nowhere.
But that's just like
This is how wicked he is, even in the belly.
Yo, he'll take himself out just so Jake can't get his. I'll blow this whole shit up.
That's true.
I come from a long line of what he said, Brickshaw's Guinevere. I'll kill you, kill the kids and the dog. You not kill myself.
Yeah, that's the mindset of these fucking people. Anything for you, Jakes, not to get ahead in any shape, form, or fashion.
Yep.
You know, and all of these nations are in cahoots.
Yeah.
Finish that. Change that thing. Change the thing.
Yeah, like, but this is just worried about it.
This is Ecclesiastes. It's 3 and 4 says, I'll start back at 3 again. A time to kill and a time to heal. A time to tear down and a time to build.
A time to tear down and build. So simultaneously, what is the Lord doing? He's tearing down Babylon the Great. He's exposing his devil's secrets, okay, through the mouth of the prophets. But what? He's also building up the house of believers, the house of David, which is the elect, starting with the 144,000.
Right.
You know? So that's the duality of how the Lord works, man. The scripture said, what? A false balance is an abomination to the Lord.
Right.
So that's how the Lord, he keeps everything in the weight of his balance, man.
Yeah, why you eating my think you wonder why you gotta drink double. It's gotta be balanced, man. You gotta drink double for all this the damn pain and pressure you put on Jake.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got it's on that's a balance, yeah.
Yeah, and it's beautiful. That's why, like, the same time when Yahweh Shah is going to release his wrath is going to be the same time as salvation. It's right, a duality, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people wouldn't doubt, but then it's like that salvation is going to be right there, right in the midst of it, you know.
That's
Justice coming, and then we getting beaten up, so right there.
Yes, that's right. People.
A time to weep and a time to laugh.
Yeah, a time to weep and a time to laugh. So Jacob's trouble, you're gonna have weeping and you're gonna have laughing. Read Proverbs in first chapter, right? My servants, you know, pretty much. Well, it's a mixture of Isaiah 65 and Proverbs 1, but pretty much, you know, the scripture said that he laugh at their calamity. The elect is gonna be laughing at their calamity. Why? Because the elect prepared themselves and they told y'all scoffers to pay attention and to repent, but y'all wanted to scoff. So now that y'all scoffing now, while we out here putting in this work in extreme heat measures, cold, rain, sleet, snow, whatever, we out here preaching and promoting our body as a living sacrifice for Yahweh Bashem Yahshua. Y'all scoffing, but when we covered and the Lord feeding us, and y'all niggas out here starving and crying, we gonna laugh at y'all calamity, man. Because you wasn't out here with us, man. You one of us, you are people. And here you are, you laughing at the next man that's trying to, you know, obtain salvation and do something that's, you know, righteous in the eyes of the Lord, man. Matter of fact, can you get that foolishness of preaching? Bible Bishop? You can
A time to mourn and a time to dance.
Yep, a time to mourn and time to dance. So yeah, we're mourning right now, right? And you can hold Isaiah, not Isaiah, Matthew the 5th chapter, blessed he that mourn and so on and so forth.
Because what you're seeing right now is you're seeing Jake dancing.
Yeah.
TikTok fucking videos, dance competitions and shit like that. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Meanwhile, you know, he don't even have a plate, you know what I'm saying, to have on his fucking table to eat. What? Jake fucking dancing. That's crazy.
Dancing. But the one thing about them tables, they always turn. I think it's like Matthew 5 on like 17 or something.
What you want me to do?
Bless your heart hunger. You got that?
Yeah, I got you. Yeah, this is 1 Corinthians 1:18. It says, for the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness, but unto us which are saved is the power of Yahweh.
Yeah, so with that being said, You got a lot of people that don't believe in Yahweh Shai that actually died on the cross and was risen on the third day. So it's a vain teach to you non-believers, man. It's no point. It's like beating a dead horse. But what did it say?
Uh, for the preaching of the cross is to them that perish foolishness, but unto us which are saved is the power of the Most High. I'm gonna jump down to 21 real quick. It says, "For after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High. It pleased the Most High by the foolishness of preaching to save them that believe."
Yep. So the foolishness of preaching. So it's pleasing the Lord Yahweh Shai Shai when we come out here in the highways and byways or our garments, okay, teaching the names, teaching sound doctrine, and calling upon our power, man. And in the day of trouble, and the day when we're glad, and so on and so forth, we pray to the Lord Yahweh Shai vehemently, man. Vigorously. We don't stop, man. The scripture says, pray without ceasing, man. So yes, man, we may look like a fool to the average person or so on and so forth. We may be considered weird, but hey, who gives a fuck, man? Because all you people, hey, you gonna fucking die, man. If you ain't the elect, you gonna die.
Look how much weird shit is going on in the world. You know what I mean? Like, you think we care that somebody looks at us a certain way? Marvel at the way we, our attire or what we're doing. We're not worried about that. You can literally go on YouTube right now, so a live stream, and see some strange shit.
Yeah.
Got grown men, celebrities having sleepovers while the camera on 24 hours. What's that? Drewski, Kevin Hart, Kevin Hart, 45-year-old man.
Wearing pajamas and shit.
Onesies and laying in the bed with other grown men. Yeah, come on. That shit's strange. Yeah. So what we doing is we fighting for our salvation. You know what I mean? We're warning our people pursuant to Isaiah 58:1. We're doing what the Most High, who you people say you love, but do not know. You honor them with your lips, but your heart is far away from the Most High. Got something to say about what we doing? And, all right, cool. Pursuing to Isaiah 66 to the 15th chapter, the Lord's coming back to clean shit up. And out of one robbers out, we be the ones that's redeemed out of it.
Can you read that precept out again?
Okay. 1 Corinthians 1 and 21. It says, "For after that, in the wisdom of the Most High, the world by wisdom knew not the Most High."
You said the world by wisdom.
Yeah, come. The book of 1 Corinthians chapter 3 and verse 19. "For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with the Most High."
Come on.
For it is written, he taketh the wise in their own craftiness.
Come on.
Yep. That's your scientists, you philosophers, right? You big dollar Fortune 500 companies, you big ass real estate, the ones who got the excess of resources and money and so on and so forth. That's wisdom according to this world, man. That's not wisdom according to faith, not wisdom according to Yahweh Shai, because all that wisdom that they have now and research, that shit is going to perish. It's not for eternity, right? They're only going to have it for a little season, and that shit getting right for the taking for the nation of Israel.
Now, even with your low level,
No.
Even with your low level jakes, the way that you perceive the world to be is just foolishness because it's not of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Because you seem to think that wealth is the way of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. What's that scripture that says, what's that shit that the church preach?
Prosperity.
Yeah, come on.
Prosperity doctrine.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? You jakes seem to think that prosperity is the way. But that's not the way of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. That's the way of this world. And it's foolishness because in that, it's causing you to go off. You know what I'm saying? What did Yahweh Shah say to that rich man? Leave all that you have behind and follow me. What did he do? He followed his people. That's a hard thing. That's a hard thing to do in this time for you jakes that have money and think that you're gonna somehow succeed in this fallen kingdom.
Yep.
What the fuck you mean I gotta give up my money, to follow Yahweh Bashem Yahushua? You got men who's in this truth who are actually sports stars, like going into the NFL and, NBA and shit like that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Who gave it up?
Hey, speaking of taking the wild and on craftiness, it makes me think about the these scientists that's creating the ICBM missiles.
Yep.
You know, they building their own demand.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah, even with social media.
yeah.
Social media, they didn't want social media. Once the internet broke through and so on and so forth, they couldn't hide it. They couldn't hide it secret no more. Because now all this information is being put on the internet.
Yeah.
And now you made fucking ChatGPT and AI and so on and so forth. That shit gonna turn on you.
Yeah. You damn rats getting caught 11 deep going to these manholes because it's on the internet. Yeah. Somebody said, "Oh shit,
Yeah, right.
look at these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No, because they get getting caught going down there for hours, and then come out and people don't know what the fuck they doing out there. But that, like you said, YouTube, that camera on that phone,
Yep.
you can't do nothing in secret anymore.
Yep.
You know what I mean? That's why I'll be laughing at these niggas thinking they still could be drug dealers and thieves and all that. Like it ain't a camera everywhere.
And
Yeah,
the
the
cameras
You know
are
what I
trying
mean?
to see.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
They got cameras in Baltimore where you can rewind shit.
Yeah, playback.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A live feed where you can actually rewind.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
You know you done fucked up, right?
Yeah.
Bro, they got cameras that have AI, artificial intelligence algorithms built into it. You know, so even if it sees a certain thing, it can actually specify more specifically what it is. In other words, let's say, for example, if it sees this person over here, right? It knows through its algorithm, if it sees that type of feature again somewhere else, it's that person.
That's crazy. Because I was just about to say, they got a camera now where they put a camera in the hood and say, you know, you got dope houses, crack spots. They actually have a pattern of who goes where most.
Yes.
So like say this is an intersection and the dope house is right there. And you got people walk up and down. You'll see certain traces of people turning left, going straight, but you'll see the bulk of people, it's different colors of the patterns going to this house. So they know that's the dope house because everything. When they look at the patterns, I seen it. They showed it.
Yeah.
Man, this shit is a game to them.
Yeah.
Jake is setting themselves up.
Yeah.
If they want to get you, nigga, they gonna come in.
Yeah.
Bro, even law enforcement have AI built into their vehicles now, where all they got to do is get behind you. Cameras would take a snapshot of your license plate or whatever, or your vehicle, and know everything about you even before they get out of their car to approach you. So they have all this information and they have all of this technology available, you know? And you Jason in this fucking trip.
And Jake hit the blunt like, man, I could beat that shit.
And Jake don't even know that a lot of the stuff that y'all willingly put in y'all homes, like all of these Lexus and all that, that shit constantly listening to you, man.
Yeah, so
you think you turning it off, you know?
Yeah, so he's gonna
Hey Alexa, hey Google.
He got his phone on mute talking about, yeah, them bricks is in the corner. Like they can't hear that shit.
Yeah, that's about 10 of them.
10 of them things.
Here's the funny shit. You can turn off Alexa or Bixby or whatever, and then turn around and be like, hey Alexa, are you listening? No.
Right. Respond to back.
He's telling you to turn back on and she turn it back on.
Yeah, she listening. Yeah.
The fuck?
She listening, so.
I listen.
And
That's a fact that you said. That's weird. You tell Alexis, hey, cut on. How the fuck she know to cut on and she wasn't always listening?
Hey man, another thing, even my woman said yesterday, we were talking about something, and 2 minutes later, she's like, you can't tell me these phones not listening. Because what we were speaking about, she went on social media and it popped up.
Yeah.
The same exact thing we were talking about.
Yeah.
And she wasn't on the phone unless she had her phone down when we was talking about it. So you can't tell me that they not listening.
Yeah. For everything.
Yeah. Yeah. Think about how E is thinking about us in our conversation.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
Yeah, that's the real danger to them. You know what I mean?
He's about to so he's so technical with his shit that every damn near a lot of shit in your house is a weapon against you. You know? That's how you know that the brother's gonna bring it out, you know, in the book of Ecclesiastes, what time we're in. Because here it is, this devil can have 5G in your house. What 5G can do in terms of your house is turn itself into a radar. Well, not a radar, but a sonar.
It's sonar.
Where it can actually give reverberated feedbacks on the frequency to tell where you are in your home. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
Shit.
Yeah. So 6G is gonna be off the fucking hook.
But that shit remind me of you remember the movie Batman,
Yeah,
Dark Knight.
Yeah, that's
exactly
that.
that.
And you remember he had the glass.
Exactly
And
that.
then
That was a bad movie.
They showed you that.
what was his name? The black
Alfred.
dude. No, the black.
Nah, that was Samuel L. Jackson.
No, it was
I mean,
fucking
not Samuel L. Jackson. Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan
There
Freeman.
you go.
So he's like, you want to spy on people because he was trying to find a joke, and he was able to tap into every phone, every camera, and he was able to literally have everything on the radar,
Yeah,
exactly
and
that.
signatures, and that's how he was able to take out the SWAT teams and all the dudes or the people that Joker had on his payroll.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like, damn,
That shit's
that came out in like 11.
It's here, bro.
That was like 14.
This devil shows you and tells you what he's gonna do.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
Oh, he does that. He puts it right in front of his movies.
Yeah.
good.
Everything.
It's just a movie.
The see hit, that's in everything now, man. I'm watching something called Citadel. Anybody watch
Yeah, I
that?
heard about it.
Yeah.
I'm on the second season.
I saw the first season.
Yeah, it took forever for the second season dropped. They got the C hit in there in straight mind control.
Wow.
I ain't gonna give it up, but they put
That's on Prime.
yeah, it's on Prime. They put the C hit in this guy's neck, and he was straight. But as soon as the dude pressed the button, he just zombied out and did whatever they told him to do.
Shit, they show you that in SpongeBob.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, with the chum bucket, put the shit on your
Niggas started,
You got a little more tea.
No, that's an old.
I ain't got no
SpongeBob came out back in the 90s.
Oh,
That's an old shit.
we old.
Oh.
yo, are you funny with it? Here's how fucking crazy this shit is, bro. You know, the truth is stranger than fiction. This devil is talking about sticking a chip in your brain, where all they got to do is modify the frequency, just a micro of a, of a wave or whatever, to change how you think. You know, you put something like that in your head, and all you got to do is change the temperature by 1/4 of a degree,
And have you waking out.
and you would just waking the fuck
You
up.
probably get angry faster. Something that say, oh my bad, excuse me, brother. The average do-go now it's cool.
Yeah.
Bang, bang, bang.
Yeah.
R. Kelly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So the idea that this devil is well, you might have these movies about zombies and shit like that. But I can easily go into what they did to these other people with the C-19. Because what they say about the jab,
Yeah.
the end result of that is what it does is attaches itself to your brain.
Yeah, and your DNA, change your DNA.
Exactly. So all they got to do is turn up the fucking frequency and have you just waiting the fuck out. You already got that in.
Well, remember
When coming back from
remember when they took the jab and they showed people's blood?
Yeah, coagulated.
Yeah, all clotted up and all that. And every time I think of that, I just spiritual, I think of a grievous soul. You know what I mean? It makes me think of
That's another thing.
remember in Miami when they said they were smoking on that flock, I believe,
Yeah.
and it was literally looked like what's the zombie show?
for The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
These dudes is running. A girl was running full speed, fast as shit, and just ran into a car. Boom! You know what I mean? And they saying it's the flock, but that made me think of when they put that there, and he decided to press that button. You know what I mean?
Bro.
It's the same thing in the movie. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah.
I was gonna say it's the same thing in the movie Bird Box. Y'all remember that movie?
Yeah, Bird Box,
Yeah.
yeah.
Whatever the fuck they said.
Yeah.
And they all just started bugging out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same.
What's that? The Nights, man? The Nights, whatever.
Yeah, when they turn the
Frequency. Oh, that's it right there.
Oh, you talking about Kingsman?
Yeah, Kingsman.
That's it right there. Change the frequency.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, because you spoke of, the mark, in your hand. So the brother is going through his studies in terms of this stuff. When you put an object in your hand that is not a part of your flesh and you turn the heat up on it, what you're actually doing is you're cooking the flesh around that object.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You're
Making a
actually,
barrier.
yeah, right. You know, what you're actually doing is you're cooking your hand as if it's a microwave. You see what I'm saying? So that object that they have in their hand, once it turns the frequency up, it's gonna increase the heat in that.
Ooh.
And when that happens, what's gonna happen with your flesh around it? It's gonna cook.
Oh.
And what is the natural effect of your body?
What's shutting out?
To try to fight what's going on there. That's why a lot of people are gonna have that previous sore.
Mm-hmm. No, I was gonna say, because you remember when you get a splinter in your hand or something.
Yeah.
It hurt. Number one, it hurts like hell.
Mm-hmm.
But your body is constantly trying to push it out. That's why you got that hard barrier, and it's trying to push itself out.
Yeah.
So now that's something natural.
Right.
A splinter is a piece of wood. You know, it ain't natural for our body, but it is something natural. So imagine putting something that it has a C-hip in it, scientific shit, gadgets and shit, you know what I mean? Things that, mechanical shit in your body.
Yeah.
Your body is not meant to have that. Yeah. Oh, shit. You know,
It's almost like when they say all of the chemtrails that's in the sky.
Come on.
They got like small metal that's getting into it. They said that's going to be activated when they turn up the frequency too.
Yeah,
that's why like we it's good for us if you're trying to detox all the time whenever we get a chance to get these metals out of us.
Yeah, motherfuckers be cooking like a fucking microwave.
What you
I got that Matthew 5 that you asked for.
you still on that Ecclesiastes 3?
Yeah.
Can you read that last verse that you read in the next verse?
Okay, this is Ecclesiastes 3 and
Ecclesiastes.
3 and 4. It says, a time to weep and a time to laugh, a time to mourn and a time to dance, a time to scatter stones and a time to gather them, a time to embrace and a time to refrain from embracing.
If I may, when shit starts hitting the fan, what Jake likes to do, embrace one another. You know, come together. Yeah, right. Come to
Kumbaya.
Come on, brother. We're supposed to be brothers.
Let's move in harmony.
No, but that's that now with shit real now. What's up, brother?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The word behind.
Yeah, when everything good, man. Fuck that nigga. You know what I mean?
Oh, it's like when Jake ain't around his niggas, he all tough. And he by himself, he a whole different.
Yeah. Fuck that bitch. So he by himself, big.
That's tough, nigga.
Yeah. But you're right, brother. You got it. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, you know, that's just the nature of Jake during these times, you know. They're gonna want to come together and keep the peace and stop what's going on. But what the Lord is doing is, you know, he's pouring that spirit of separation.
Yeah.
In the earth.
Yeah. The Lord is he's pretty much gotten the elect to refrain himself from his world. Yeah. That's what it means to be holy. He needs to be separate. So when the Lord has fully sealed the elect, all right, Jacob showed that all these things are going to come to pass, right? And you're going to have more sitting in that process, more believing the shit. But the ones who didn't believe, they're going to be scared and they're going to try to follow us. That's what that Matthew 25 comes into place, because they didn't turn their legs. So now they're seeking for some type of safety or comfort. No, it's too late for that, nigga. You should have got it when he was out here free.
Yeah.
You know, so now you out on your own.
Yeah, look at the souls.
You got it.
Verse 6 says, a time to search and a time to give up, a time to keep and a time to throw away, a time to tear and a time to mend, a time to be silent and a time to speak, a time to love and a time to hate.
That's it.
A time for war and a time for peace.
Yep, a time for war and a time for peace. So we're entering the times where it's going to be war. Civil war, world war, race wars, just wars.
Just war. Just war.
It's a just war. You know, because the shit that happened with the little kid, like the brother was bringing out the information about the Carmelo thing, man. You mean to tell me that all these particular things that are happening today, the next day and so, it's not going to transpire into just wars, race wars? No, that shit, they ain't going to forget about that. Just like how the airmen, them niggas ain't forget about Nagasaki and how
Nagasaki, Hiroshima.
they ain't forget about that shit. You know, the Indians and so on, them niggas ain't forget about nothing. The media person, them niggas ain't forget what the Grecians did to them. They still got all that history. You know what I mean? So all that shit that has happened, all that anger or frustration, the Lord is gonna put that in their minds to remember that, and that's why they're gonna go all out in this world war, man. You know, the Lord is stirring the minds up of the people. The love of many is waxing cold. So yes, it's a time for war. You got a lot.
So that's why the scriptures say, remember Edom. Remember what he did. You know? But Edom ain't the only one that fucked us over.
Exactly.
You know?
Yep.
You got it, brother.
And everybody gonna have their turn for adjustment that the Lord is gonna allow Israel to bring forth onto them. You know, pretty much Israel is gonna be that right hand to bring forth that judgment.
Come on.
You know, the scripture speaks about Jeremiah 16, which speaks about fishers and hunters and fish them. You know, so hey man, the Lord is going to execute judgment, and He's going to use the elect also to do that, and His holy angel.
If I mean, the brother said a time for war also. But we starting to hear Jake say more of, I'm tired of this shit. You know, how long are we have to deal with this shit?
Yep.
You know, what the fuck are you people doing? Blah, 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 blah. Jake has got that mentality of, you're not going to do what you did to my forefathers to me. You know, Jake is starting to get roused up, you know, and that's all scripture. So certain Jakes are starting to wake up early to realize that we're in the time of war, you know?
And it just goes into this precept of this prophecy. It says in Matthew 10 and 34 says, think not that I am come to send peace on earth. I am come to send, I come not to send peace, but a sword. So that's why all this division is going on, because the Lord is visiting this place and everything, and everything that's taking place is just, you know, He's setting everything up for his judgment, His wrath.
You can get that Matthew.
Gone. The book of Matthew, chapter 5 and verse 6. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness.
Why? Because your mind or your heart is set on Yahweh Shem Shah. Because what essentially is righteousness, man. It means to do what is right. You know what I'm saying? Having those morals, you know, implemented into your life. The blind application, you applying the morals and the laws and statute commandments that you have learned, because it's a school message teaching you how to be godly. You, the Lord created us in the image of His likeness. So we're gods on earth, and though we die like men, we still have morals and things that we have to abide by. You know what I'm saying? As being a Israelite, man. You know, so
Well,
can't be supposed to thirst and hunger after righteousness. You got it.
What the scripture say? Where your heart is, there shall your treasures be.
That's Matthew 6.
Yeah, come.
Yep.
Let me get it. You got it, brother.
Come. So I'll wait for you to get that. Touch on that. Yeah. Because that's what's essential for us, man. We have to seek the Lord, and if we don't seek the Lord in the right way, and we're doing it for physical lucre's sake, or we're doing it, you know, for our own vain glory and things of that nature, man, then you're gonna get weeded out, man. But if you wholeheartedly have genuine faith in the Lord, you're gonna do right. You're gonna seek righteousness. You got it.
Come. The book of Matthew, chapter 6 and verse 21. I go right to the point. But where your treasure is, there will your heart be also.
Yeah, but what is a treasure? That's something that's very valuable. It holds value, right? Whether it's sentimental or something that you invested in. Because treasure is something that you're fully invested in. Blood, sweat, tears, time, right? So wherever your treasure is, that's where your heart is. Why? Because you sacrifice so much to obtain that treasure. Yeah, right. You know? And this is this treasure that we have is this truth. It's in our earthen vessels. Our earthen vessels speaks about that in Corinthians. So now that we have this treasure, our mind is supposed to be focused on this treasure in the kingdom, and that's why we store it up in heaven.
That's right. John, wrapping up. Matthew, I'm gonna read Matthew 5 and 11 again. Blessed are ye, Matthew 5 and 6. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. You know, so if you're seeking Yahweh Shem Yahushua, you know, and you're seeking righteousness in all respects of it, you know, then you're gonna be filled. You know what I'm saying? Because me and the brother was just talking like right before camp, you know, where we don't hunger after the things of the flesh, you know.
Right.
We hunger after things of the spirit. Because if your spirit is filled, you know, you really don't think about the flesh much.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Food is good for the body, but we don't lust after the food, you know what I'm saying, of the world. We lust after, you know, the food of the spirit, you know?
Yes, it's temperance.
Yeah.
Temperance just means self-control.
Yeah.
So with you're supposed to have everything in moderation. You know? So whether that's drinking, women, eating, right? Anything, exercising. You exercise. If you do a little bit too much of anything, man, you could be out of balance. You could be out of right. Even studying, man. Studying must weary the flesh.
Yeah.
Anything in your life, it's you can overdo it. Man.
That's right.
No.
Yeah. I think the brother brought out earlier, you know, and imbalance is an abomination to Yahweh Yahushua.
God.
You know, you have to have that balance. And most chicks don't know how to balance their day-to-day life.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And it gets to the point where they become frustrated because they don't know what to do because of their imbalance.
Right.
You know? We got it.
Oh yeah.
I got 2 precepts that you asked me about.
Get those.
One of them was
You just grab it.
the book of Deuteronomy chapter 30. I think this was what you asked for. The book of Deuteronomy chapter 32 and verse 39. See now that I, even I am he, and there is no power beside me. I kill, I make alive. I wound and I heal.
Yeah. So
neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand.
Yeah, so if the Lord is doing all these particular things, it means that he's the master of all these particular things. So he doesn't physically have to do it. He has what? Angels, spirits, and so on and so forth to pretty much establish or do these particular acts that he's commanding them to do. So whether it's healing, making whole, giving a disease, whatever type of judgment that the Lord sees fit, he's sending these angels to do those particular things, or these spirits to do that.
Okay. Actually, too. The book of Isaiah, chapter 45 and verse 7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, do all these things.
Yeah, he created evil, right? Evil meaning bad times, right? So who was the one who's going to bring forth the evil days? The Lord. What vessel he's going to use to bring forth the evil days? He saw, the wicked, right? Because that is an evil man. That's an evil fucking man. To sit there, you want to plead, oh, we're brothers, and he love you, and that was the past. But meanwhile, you still trying to figure out how to fully destroy us, man. So you can have a blessing to yourself. But this shows you how wicked in the mind, how bugged out this nigga is, that he really think that he's going to be able to fulfill his belly. As the scripture said.
And he's so bugged out just to try to achieve that, that blessing. He's just destroying the whole earth.
Yeah, think about that though. He's such a wild brute beast that this is his heaven, and look what he's doing to his kingdom. Why would you want? Yeah, how you know how they always say, just imagine how his house looks. You see how he take care of his car. So imagine how his house is. This is your heaven, your rulership. This is your time to shine, and your fucking kingdom is a pig pen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Seriously, it's terrible. You got your own people on every damn intersection, every exit on the highway, begging for money, and they fought in your wars. You know what I mean? And these your own people though. How many times you see an old Edomite with one leg in a wheelchair at the end of exit on 264, 64? You know what I'm saying? That's your kingdom. This is the representation of your kingdom. This was one of your soldiers, and look, he ain't got a damn pot to piss in. This is a wicked ass person, yo. He's vile, yo.
Even when you think about it, how he try to point the finger at us, it's like, before we was integrated with, man, we was all clean people. I don't know why he was running around like this is all products of this.
Yeah.
I mean,
having his hands.
You always have YNs, but not at this level of like blatant YN.
It's like a group of roaches now. Back in the day, you turned the light on in the kitchen.
Yeah, right.
That's how these little niggas look, yo. Well, shiesties on. These little roaches just scattering, man. Shit. This is at our all-time high. Also, Esau likes to say, we're lazy. Because we stopped building up your fucking kingdom. Now we lazy. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Meanwhile, they're sitting back.
False narratives.
Yeah. That's what he does.
Yeah. Everywhere.
That's weird, right?
Hey, shit. That's a lot of people. And then when this awakening really vamped up, what they do? Create a false stage for shit in Jersey City at the deli, at the Issues Deli.
Yeah, I remember that.
Where they found first of all, Jake don't know how to build no fucking for sleeping a high range bomb. You know what I mean? And then try to blame it on us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That false narratives. So, and then, you know, especially with elderly Jake, all you got to do is put something on news. Elderly Jake gonna believe it. Already, you know, they said, who the fuck is that? You know, you know the news. You know what I mean?
The funny shit is when that shit was going down, even Edomites was like, no.
Yeah, that don't sound right.
Yeah, right. You know, because that's just not what we do. I think you brought out in the beginning of the camp. You know, they compared what happened in Texas and these other places. You know, what's going on now, man. You know, who's doing the crimes now? He's doing these fucking mass billings.
That nigga was doing
the mask to make them look like Jake.
Yeah,
the whole skin mask.
Yeah,
to make them look like Jake.
Yeah,
it's been going forever, man.
Even that's coming out, you know, because Jake want to live in peace. You know, Jake want to dwell in that tent. And this devil want to continuously be a man of the field.
And that's crazy because I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck how wicked niggas is. Mm-hmm. When they're in the state of just chilling, that's what they want. You know, niggas is gonna do nothing, rob. They gonna do their shit.
Right.
But when they're in the state of just relaxing, Jake just want to be around their own people, on their block or in their backyard. On the look what the pros do. Man, we don't bother nobody. When we ain't got nothing to do with. Yo, come through.
Yeah.
We playing music on the grill, just in our own little bubble. Yeah. But he's the one that.
I'm bored.
Yeah.
What's over there? You know what I mean? He's always doing some shit. Pink Panther ass nigga.
He's like, literally.
You know what I mean? That's Esau, yo.
It shows you that incentives.
Yeah.
On fellowship and love.
Yeah. They knocking up. They coming down playing ukuleles and shit.
Doing damn well the songs inside are totally different.
Yeah.
Talking about we just want one night.
Yeah. And he's so cutting. One of the he said, damn, that shit kind of sound all right. That's sick.
How she get to come? Oh, she's family.
Yeah, you missed out, bro.
Yeah. And that's the spirit of Edo. That the way he came through, the whole shit. I'm talking about the whole thing. Yeah. And remember in the beginning, so we go back to scripture, Gad was trying to get to his ass.
Yeah.
And Gad trying to warn other Ego was listening, he looking at Gad like a nigga. You remember in the beginning of Sinner?
I didn't see the movie.
Oh, you gotta watch that because it's spiritual. You gotta watch it. Yeah. So they tried to chase E down before sundown.
Oh.
And E got away.
He already let them niggas in the house.
Look, got in the house.
Yeah.
And they do their own dirty. You know what I mean?
It showed that Gad was the first one to interact with him. That's why at the beginning of the movie, you know, it was Gad and Eden. They had their first interaction, so you know, the devil already showed his true colors to Gad. Yeah. Gad already see him.
Yeah, that's right. And what they call Eve, some people call Eve bloodsuckers.
Yeah.
You know,
they also call them the devil everywhere too.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying because of what they don't perceive to be. You know, some people call bloodsuckers, fucking bloodsuckers.
Yeah, because they suck the life.
Especially the issue.
I remember first hearing that on an Ace-Man tour a long time ago. Remember he was in this African tribe and they was calling him the white devil.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Tommy Davidson.
But they'll, like you said, they'll put it
in. Ace-Man tour.
He know he the devil. He know he wicked.
Exactly.
But he wants to be God on the left hand side. So in the second Thessalonians.
But they gotta do it subliminally.
Right.
Because if they come out with, let's say for instance, the worst case scenario, they come out with a movie and they told the full truth about what they did, their history, in a whole nutshell, and then they told who we were as a people, everybody looked at it as just a movie.
That's why they do this shit. That's why they do it. That's why they do their shit in parts.
Yeah.
You know, they show you a little bit of Batman video time. They show you a little bit back when Arnold Schwarzenegger made Total Recall. Then they do some shit later on. You know, then they show you some shit in iRobot. You know what I'm saying? They do their shit. They do their shit in parts.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey.
On the left hand, they gotta expose. They gotta tell what they doing too. Just like Yahushua said, before you do things, he let us know. The devil, before they do things, they put it out there.
Hey, even in their even in they romanticized movies, like think about Black Panther, you know, what they call E. Go get out of here, colonizing.
Yeah.
You know, nobody trusts Esau in these movies, yo. No. Even the old movies back in the day when they trying to figure out who did what, at the end of the movie, you got an Edomite spin around the chair with a big ass cat on his arm. There's always an E, you know what I mean? He's always scared. Damn devil, you know what I mean?
Exactly. Killing for sport.
Yeah.
Destroying the whole goddamn earth. Say, fuck it up.
Yeah.
That's a beautiful point too. I was watching this YouTube video yesterday where you know, like these hunters were in the tree stand, you know, and they laid out feed, you know what I'm saying, to bring a bear, you know, to eat. And this Edomite was directly over the fucking bear with a fucking spear. Fuck. You doing it for sport or are you doing it for to eat? Well, you're not doing it to eat, you're doing it for sport because you need to go to the fucking meat market and get your shit.
Oh, he gonna do it for both.
He gonna do it for both, but more than likely he's doing it for sport.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there's enough meat in the meat market at this point to go and get your shit.
What was that they killed? They killed something real big. Was it an elephant? And the girl, he saw so damn nasty, walked in the elephant all bloody and took a picture. And was it an elephant they killed? Oh, something. It was a big ass animal. I forget what it was, but they split them opened them up, and the girl was inside the damn thing, posing and shit. You know what I mean?
That's how the devil used to do us, though. You know,
Yeah.
hanging and taking pictures. And
It become a postcard.
Yeah.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, cut your rod off and
Castrate you.
Yeah, because I did a lesson a while ago concerning Esau. This nigga had pretty much hunted these deers, and then he was having sexual intercourse with the deers that he killed while they was dead.
Yeah,
He got arrested and shit.
the Canaanites used to do that.
I was like, that shit is sick.
That's why I was trying to say, kill all the motherfucking animals, women,
Why
children.
they can't even leave
Yeah,
next to the, you know, the animals, you know.
that's why Joe said you can't even let that nigga buy your dog.
Nah.
That nigga freaky ass kid.
You know, he love letting their dogs sleep in the bedroom.
Yeah, especially if they don't get a woman
having around, ain't no woman around.
Yeah,
even the woman be letting the dogs.
Yeah, that's it. It's mainly vile.
You go to the
Baseman. You know what I mean?
you go to the fucking supermarket, you look at the cart and shit, you see a whole bunch of fucking peanut butter
Yeah, what the fuck you got all this peanut butter?
and nothing else.
Yeah, what you got going on?
Yeah, right.
PB and jelly, you wanna go to school?
No jelly, just the peanut butter.
Yeah.
You know, I seen this video with this one Edomite chick was like, "Is it me or you let your dog have intercourse with you?" Type shit.
Wait, what if somebody asked you?
A fucking Edomite woman posed a question to other Edomite women. Do you let your dog have sex with you? No, do you have sex with your dog or was it just me? The
Well,
fuck?
just me, y'all. This
What the-
Nah, they a lot of
That's crazy.
That's why they have no place of repentance. They just the Heavenly Father made them such on such a low level and sadistic thought process. Who would want to let them continue to be in existence after their purpose, man? Come on, man.
This Revelation 13:1, it says, "And I stood upon the sand of the sea, and saw a beast rise up out of the sea, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns."
Yep. So the beast, right? When you read Revelation, not Revelation, Daniel, the 7th chapter, the beast represents the major empire, the major kingdoms, nations, and so on and so forth. So what this beast is talking about, right, is the Roman Empire, right? But it's talking about the Roman Empire. But the revival of the Roman Empire was twofold. Speaking about both sides, because back in the ancient times, They were known as vassal states. And you had the Visigoths, the Anglo-Saxons, and so on and so forth. That was the quote unquote NATO and EU back then. But NATO and EU now, you got the North Atlantic Treaty Organization.
Yep.
And you got the
European Union. Yep.
right, which consists of all these particular allies that America has. You know, and that's why he's able to have all these different military installations across the globe because they're part of that NATO or EU.
You know, remember we looked at that map up of all the bases in the world. They had like a red dot that symbolizes a base. Esau got his fucking hand in everybody back pocket, yo.
And so I'm gonna just like that's why this the modern day Rome. The Rome had all them vassal states too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hey, there's nothing new under the sun, man. You know.
Yep. Keep on.
Having 10 heads, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his head the name of blasphemy. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard.
Yeah, like unto a leopard. So that leopard going into what? The Grecian Empire. Right? Keep going.
And his feet were as the feet of a bear.
The feet of a bear. So remind you, the Grecian Empire, right? What nation was the Grecians, right? They were Edomites. So that lets you know that, hey, that's when the whole civilization of Edom, you know, started. Back in Greek, when they were fully in that that power or whatever the case may be, they was able to establish whatever they did, and they did it. Man, they did. Alexander the Great, he took over the world in 12 years. That known world or those known lands in 12 years. And you keep going, or read that the last part of that verse.
And I saw, and the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power.
Yeah, it counts. So let's start right there. So it said the feet of the bear, and it also said the mouth of a lion, right? That mouth of a lion, that's speaking about Britain, because Britain is essentially always calling the shots. What did America get his independence from? Great Britain. Why did they leave Great Britain? Because of the heavy taxation. Because they were pretty much bastards, and they was, you know, quote unquote kicked out. So they came here into America to establish their own independence, and that's where you have the 13 colonies. And then when you read in Daniel the 7th chapter, speaks about the 3 ribs, and that's pretty much going into those 3 different wars. You had the American Revolutionary War, the French Indian War, and then you had the American Revolutionary War.
Yeah, look at the language you speak.
Yeah.
Speak English.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You put two and two together. Why do we speak English?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, it ain't true English. We don't speak how they speak, but it's a broken dialect of that.
Yeah, according to the 3 real, that's like the main 3 languages that's over here was like English, Spanish, and French.
Yep.
And then it said the feet of the bear represents Russia, because what? Russia is going to be the end of Esau's. They're going to pretty much cancel each other out. The feet of the bear. That's the end of it, right? They said they received power from the dragon.
From the dragon, and his seat and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as it was wounded to death.
Yep.
And his deadly wound was healed.
Yeah, his deadly wound healed. So that dragon, right, was pretty much had a deadly wound. Meaning he was taken out, right? But what? He was brought back through what? The Renaissance, right? Rebirth. You know, brought back the Romans, brought back the Colosseums, the art, the amusement, the overly sexualized shit that they did in Rome. And
what was that? 65 AD?
What you talking about?
Renaissance.
No, that was around the 1300s, around 1400s, about like 1499, something like that. That's when Leonardo da Vinci and you know, they did the Mona Lisa. They did
Michelangelo.
They did the other picture with
the 16th.
The Last Supper. The one picture with Jesus, the blue eyes and all that. That was that they brought back that art to pretty much bring back that feeling of home again, the Renaissance. Because during the Dark Ages, them niggas was put away.
Because that's what I'm saying. Because around 65 AD, they ran Israel out of Israel. I thought that's when they was
No.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. Because you still because from 67 AD to 72 AD or whatever like that. That's where you had the 6 or 7 years of the Roman Jewish wars.
Yeah.
Right, the 70 AD and everything like that. So then after that, Israel was taken out, so on and so forth.
Yeah,
then they were still spread amongst,
Yep.
Egypt and so on and so forth.
Yeah, I got
and then you got 300 AD coming to play. That's when you had Constantine the Great, which was Jake ruling, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they ruled for that 1,000-year period, you know what I mean?
Gotcha.
About the 1400s. And that's when
Then-
they ruled Russia, Spain, they were known as the Moors, and all
That's
that
when the
history.
Renaissance came out.
So then after that, and we had in them courts and so on and so forth, had them in the chains.
No, they don't talk about that time. That's like the dark age.
Yeah, the dark age.
Force their ass in them big ass pop to watch their ass.
Yeah.
No.
But we would let them niggas, we gave them niggas a chance, and then next thing you know, it started to, you know what I mean?
Taught them how to walk correctly.
Now all of that shit, and
There's still some Edomites in is it Ireland or Scotland where they still walk on all fours and they fast as shit.
Y'all see?
You did anybody seen that? No, they still out there, and they're a small sector of whatever type of Edomite they was. I want to say Scotland or Ireland, I can't remember, but they walk on all fours and they run like they gallop, yo, and they fast on all fours, yo.
I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Well, that lets you know, man. Well, y'all got it.
Nah, you fucking.
Yeah, Colin, that's what you realize after the fall of the Roman Empire when Jake started ruling Rome. That's when it was called the Holy Roman Empire.
Yep, that's it.
And then when the Renaissance happened, it actually ceased becoming the Holy Roman Empire because Jake was running it, where it just become the Roman
Empire.
Well,
yeah, because it was Pax Roma.
Pax
Romana. Pax Romana, yeah, like Peace of Rome or something like that.
Yeah, but that was during the time of Augustus.
Yeah, that was the first part of the Roman Empire, and then you had like the second one. They spread out too thin, they started to fall, and pretty much they hold on the world and everything like that.
Yeah.
And then that's when you had the whole religion thing.
I got all these books, so I got to.
Speaking about Christianity, the hell, and all that other particular things.
Yeah, right.
Muslim, all of that.
And that's what Constantine did. Constantine was trying to bring everybody together, and what he did was he incorporated the scriptures with paganism.
Yeah.
And when he did that,
supposedly pagan Roman Empire.
yeah,
All right, we want to put it,
you got breath.
but you keep going around.
Yeah.
A lot of history, yeah.
Shit, I remember taking that class.
Revelations 13.
School?
What verse we on?
I'm still, I can finish from 3.
Okay.
It says, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast.
Yeah, all the world wondered after the beast. Why? Because the nigga went away. He was quiet. They're like, what the fuck happened? But keep going.
What's this new nigga coming up?
And they worshiped the dragon, which gave power unto the beast.
That nigga
And
strong.
they worshiped the beast, saying, who is like unto the beast?
You see
Who
this
is
nigga
able
coming
to make war with him?
up? You see this nigga coming up? You see what the fuck he just did to those people?
This nigga not
What?
playing.
Yeah, right. Come on.
He a Christian. This damn Christian, the Crusades and all that.
Yeah.
All that damn history. That nigga started showing his horns, man. The shit he did to Gad. That nigga was literally, he said, that's when he fully started coming his blessing to take peace from the earth.
Yep.
Right? After the Renaissance, man. When he was fully actually have the whole world, man. And he's literally putting up and doing everything that he can to pretty much be empowered, man.
Oh, Colin, if I may, when you hear about these stories about how France was fighting Spain and Spain was fighting England, that was during their takeover from Jake to Esau. Because what a lot of them would actually do is they would marry into the hierarchy of nobilism.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the women, although it was off, who were queens, they would kill off the king, marry the queen, kill off the queen, well now they're kings. You see what I'm saying? So that's how they fell into that idea of nobilism, you know?
Yep, they did the same. That was the same thing that they did during the time with John Hank Cranius after he, died and so on and so forth. And that's how Edom pretty much got their way into having Herod's temple and moving over the courts of Jerusalem and having that, and then receiving aid from the Roman Empire and everything like that, just to pretty much deal with us. You know what I mean? And they always found their way. They always found the Haman. When that nigga got all good with the Medo-Persian Empire, and he wanted Mordecai to worship him. You know what I'm saying? Then nigga always find his way into some shit. And that's why this time when we come in, ain't no fucking coming back. Nigga, your ass is gonna stay where you at, and you gonna be outside the temple, you gonna be out in the field working and so on and so forth. We ain't get back into power, man. Because you always find your slick ass way to get into some shit. You know? And then they gonna be heavily monitored.
It's hot as fuck out here. So imagine back then when Jake was out there.
Yeah.
Jake, men, women, and children were out there.
Passing out. Heat wave, man. Getting whipped because we ain't moving as fast.
Yeah, constantly.
Right.
Stick Jake in the boxes, as
the hot box.
punishment.
Yep.
What the fuck? 120 degrees outside, and you sticking a Jake in the fucking box?
What a white cat. Hey, you saw so bad. You see that damn horse in Times Square die the other day?
Nah.
You know they got the horses that.
Police horses?
Nah, the horses where if you want a little ride,
Okay.
they put the little
carry out and shit.
Yeah, that shit. That motherfucker fell out and gave up the ghost, stay and then went out. Yeah, it's fucking 100 degrees. You got this horse. They probably ain't giving no water, none of that shit. Like you watch him, you actually watch a horse give his last breath. He kick it. It's like he kicking for air and shit. Like it's like his body just shut down. You got him dragging this big ass carriage around. And this he don't give a fuck. How you ain't gonna take care of your cherry? Yeah.
He don't even care for his own people.
Yeah. Come on. We got 15 minutes.
Oh, you keep going up.
Revelation 13:5 it says, and there was given unto him a mouth speaking great things and blasphemies. Power was given unto him.
Yeah, power was given unto him. Yeah? So he didn't just come up because he was this big bad wolf, this big bad bully. No, the Lord put the spirit on this nigga to pretty much be undefeated. So he can rule for this little season that we're currently still in. Right?
Yep.
You got
Gave him that mouth of being on television and
you get the fatness of the earth.
Yeah, Hollywood allowed him to speak to the world.
Yeah.
Show his lies and his dominance.
NASA.
This devil is so fucking proud. He's actually shown through his movies how he conquered every fucking nation.
Everything.
The Last Samurai, the Last of the Mohicans,
Everything.
the Last American Negro, all types of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, your culture.
Yeah.
And everything.
Excellent.
A thief and a vagabond.
Yeah.
Hey, look, hey.
Need to keep her at home.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, can the brother get that? Keep her at
Yo, you remember when the president would be shown somewhere back in the day? The common citizens had respect to not saying anything bad out loud about the president. When you see DJT now, he came to that next game. Everybody booed him and let him be known they don't fuck with him. That's how much wickedness his name precedes him.
Yeah, he got his own tower in New York.
Yeah.
The Donald Trump towers.
Nah, I was gonna say how DJT came to the next game. And back in the day when the president came by, you show when the president used to come by, you show some type of respect. Even if you ain't like him, you ain't speak up about it. They showed DJT on that damn camera. They booed the shit out of him, yo. Yeah, but that's like, we're at this time where we see the representation of E is just, it's the jig is up, essentially. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. The world's looking at E as a whole.
Yeah, that's a representation of E right there.
Yep.
Proud as hell, don't know shit, always putting his nose in people's business, puffed up. You know what I mean?
Jake is coming up.
Yeah.
When you look at these other nations, especially the women, when you look at these other nations, who they want to be with? They want to be with Jake. They don't want to
Even
be
if they don't admit it. They on the low. Shit, you seen that in life in all these old slave movies.
Mm-hmm.
Little Becky always went out to the back, to the outhouse and got dug out. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Mama, what are you
You
doing?
ain't fun to have a baby now. Now it's a lynching coming. You know what I mean?
Daddy, where are you taking money?
The little Brookshire came out with a little fro. You know what I mean?
Rice get the baby.
Yeah.
Rice get it. You got it out.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 5. I started verse 4. I started verse 3.
Yep. There you go.
For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie.
Yeah, so what is appointed time? Meaning that it's set, to happen at its prospective time. So we're on Yahweh Yahshai's time. So whenever, the Lord decides that this is supposed to happen, same thing like the leaf fall off a tree. Hey, the Lord sanctioned that. It was for that time to happen. We just read earlier in Ecclesiastes, a time and place for everything. Everything has its time. Everything has its expiration date, whatever you want to call it.
That's right. And at the end it shall not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it.
It ain't gonna lie. Why? Because it's gonna come to truth. Because if it did lie, then that would make Yahweh Shah a liar. The scripture says, "What? Let every man be a liar, but every father, his word be true." So hey, his word is not gonna come back void unto him. That's one thing the Lord don't do. He don't lie. He don't.
Because it shall surely come, it will not tarry. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him.
And who? The devil. Right? The one who who's the earth was given into the hands of, right? The one who was in the power seat. And for you common people who don't want to fucking admit it, it's the so-called white man. All right? You international bankers, you Rockefellers, you Rothschilds, right? You Dukes, right? The British, all of y'all. Y'all niggas is in power, man.
All these treaties that the so-called white man makes, he breaks every one. Even the ceasefire out in Palestine. You come to an agreement that there's going to be a ceasefire. What you do? Bomb a school right after that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why when he said his soul's not upright in him, it don't matter if he shake, because we used to go off the honor system when you just shake a man's hand, look him in the eyes and stuff. Like, you look, hey, that's your word.
Right.
He from the get-go.
Yeah.
Well, shit, the soul wasn't right. Remember I had the conversation with my neighbor, was like, before the pilgrims even was seen in the water, that wind blew and native gas was like,
I smell
what the fuck is that? They never smelled nothing like that. That's part of that too.
Yeah.
His whole makeup is just it's really beast-like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You look a man in the eye and say, hey, we're gonna break bread, and then while they sleep, you devise you taking the ways to get rid of him, man. That's a wicked person, man.
Yeah.
Look somebody dead in the eye and lie.
Yeah.
One thing about me, even in the world, I can't stand a liar, and I can't stand somebody that lie on me. That shit is a no-no. You look me dead in my eyes, that's a disrespect to who I am as a man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Never else just did.
Yeah. I mean, even though we ain't shit, just that thought process, you know what I mean? Because, we all have our own boundaries. So when somebody does you dirty and they purposely did you dirty, come on, that's a wicked person, man.
Sure is. Verse 5, Habakkuk 2 and 5. I'll finish off verse 4. But the just shall live by his faith.
The just shall live by his faith. Who's the just, man? That's the elect of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Because they're going to go off of faith, not over material things, not over scheming on people or nothing like that. They're going to believe, hey, Proverbs 3 and 5, trust in the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua with all that heart. Not trying to come up with mischief to get it on my own. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
By any means. Esau really got the by any means necessary mindset.
Yeah.
And most of the time their means is thievery.
Yeah. It's
not righteous. It's not separate. It's not holy.
This devil was so smooth with it, bro. He can actually map out his agenda while going through with. I'll give you an example.
Mm-hmm.
You have the plantation, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's this Edomite that don't want to do no work. So what does he do? He'll turn around and put the blame on someone else about how he's not doing all the work.
Mm-hmm.
But meanwhile, when you step back and look at what's going on, he's not doing it.
Right.
See what I'm
But
saying?
that's part of he had the way of making it seem like he's innocent.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? And the next man is actually the culprit.
Yep. Well, yep.
Yeah. Even though he's truly the culprit.
Yep. Come. And that came out at at the at the plantation with me. You know, here it is. I'm looking at a Jake fucking crocodile when in fact it's Eve.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, you fucking devil. And it's a life lesson learned, you know?
Yeah, that's right.
Never trust thine enemy. For like his iron rustle.
So is his wickedness.
If he do it any good, he do it unwillingly.
Right.
And declare his wickedness in the life.
Yeah.
Right.
So then what's that saying? If he makes your day a little easy, that wasn't by on purpose. You know, he didn't want you to have a good day. It just lined up whatever he had going on.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Maybe he had to rush to get home so he could get to his boat. So hey, y'all take the rest of the day off.
Exactly.
Because he don't want to oversee y'all. He really got other plans.
Exactly.
So even though boss, he gave us half the day off.
Right.
Nah, not because he didn't want us to work. He had other objectives. You know what I mean?
That's the spirit you said that though, because the last company I was working at in construction, it's our yeah, it's crazy because the nigga was small now. That nigga,
Poquito sombrero.
that nigga had to go for the day, and we was only there for like 4 hours. And nigga, he gave us our 8 hours, and he said, "Look, I already put the time in. Y'all good."
He's like, yeah, go somewhere.
Yeah,
See?
And nigga gave us.
But look,
gave us an 8.
Hey, look, he killing 2 birds with 1 stone, really, because he actually got the thing. He probably think I killed a fuck about him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And then he gonna get you on the back end because he gave you that day off.
Yeah, Monday was straight bullshit.
Yeah. See?
Bullshit on Monday.
Yeah. Hey, I'm sorry. Even before I woke up to this truth, I just never trusted Esau ever. Like I learned at my grandmother when I was a kid moved me from one hood to nicer area, and my next door neighbor was an Edomite, and this first time me, so I'm like, let me give him a try out, and he just did it within a short time. He kept just doing some weird shit and lied, and I said, oh no. And ever since then, when I came up, I saw just look at E like, nah, man.
I'm trusting them too.
Yeah, man.
Especially coming from up north.
Hey, right.
Because it's that subtle shit.
Well, that's what I was saying. They're down here in the South, he tries to hide his racism. Yeah. Up north, he ain't hiding no racism. You know?
No, he didn't, because you knew in this area they had this mentality.
Yeah.
In that area they had
racist Italians. You fucking moolies.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? They yell that shit at you. Fucking
right.
monkey. They ain't hiding.
No, they did. I mean, you knew to stay away from Howard Beach.
Yeah, okay.
You knew,
That's it, Brooklyn?
Yeah.
Okay.
No, Queens.
Fine.
You knew to stay away from Howard Beach. You knew, what I'm saying, stay away from
Yeah, you knew your spots to stay away from.
Exactly.
That's
So New York is segregated, but it's segregated during certain times. In other words, during the day, yeah, okay, it's good to go to this neighborhood and sit in a restaurant. But you ain't gonna hang out in that.
Yeah, that's true, because there's 2 towns where I'm from. Jersey is small towns. A whole bunch of them right next to each other.
Right.
Metuchen, coming up, I was always told, get in and get out.
Yeah.
There's a spot called Highland Park, New Jersey. Nothing but issues. That's their town. You know how you got where we used to teach on 21st behind that? What's that?
Yeah.
The whole town of Highland Park is there. They run it. Everything is there. So you could come during the day, like you said, but get out of there, and when that sun start going down, don't be surprised you get pulled over.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Yeah.
This is their town. You can't do nothing about it. You know?
Yep.
You see a whole bunch of fake little dreadlocks right here.
Yeah, right.
With the hat. You know how they curl their shit.
Little fucking Thompson.
Yeah.
What
they trying to make that day? They check the ZZs?
I don't know, bro. Nothing to add that shit.
Yeah.
The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2. Were you done with your point, bro?
Yeah, I'm still out here, bro.
Okay, Con. The book of Habakkuk, chapter 2 and verse 5. Yea, also, because he transgresseth by wine, he is a proud man, neither keepeth at home. He enlarges his desire as hell.
Never need to keep her at home. Always got to be out and about, minding somebody else's business, right?
Yeah.
What we just said, we playing man. We just want to be in our backyard with some music and get the fire pit going, the grill going.
Yeah.
Think about that. We don't need it. Whatever you want to sip on some yayan or just juice or whatever. Some people just like juice or whatever. Music and food, and we good.
Right.
Hey, but think about it. that's what he was created for, to just take peace away.
Yeah.
Like, they looking too peaceful over there. That's why they had to colonize the whole world. Like, now we can't just stay in this little, we gotta get in these ships and go around.
Yeah.
Like, they gotta take peace from the earth.
Look, they so wicked. They actually took the scriptures to find a new place to wreak havoc.
Yeah.
Because Christopher Columbus, they took Hebrew interpreters. They read what second Ezra is it? Yeah. And said, "All right, let's go."
So then they had to have a spirit on the way
and fuck shit up though.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And they had to get permission, and it was like, well, if you find something cool, it's not. And it was big. I forget what the movie was called. The Apocalypse.
Yeah.
No, not Apocalypse. It was
That's
like
a
an
bad
actual.
movie.
It is a bad movie, but it's actually a movie where it goes into Christopher Columbus.
Yeah.
And it was like I forget. And he literally had to get permission to come over here. And then through the spirit, I forget who was born into it, but it was a chariot that he was following to find the land over here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that was all of the Lord to get him to come.
And he mentioned the second Ezra in that movie.
And yep, he did. Yep.
Yeah, you be thinking about like how dead them boys just had been losing men just to try to seek some new land that they're gonna to steal and everything like.
Yeah,
they filling the musket up.
Cause what they call it?
Dang.
That's all.
You know how you say it?
Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, with all those fucking, you know what I'm saying, ships and all that crazy.
That's the Lord right there. What do you think, honestly? What do y'all think?
They say there's some type of like magnetic field right there with clicks in the earth. You know how like when come across that area, satellite
right there hopping. I was showing these niggas up.
Ain't no service.
Yeah, and people flow influence and then come back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
you almost like lose your direction when you fly through there. Like everything stopped working.
And then he tried to romanticize it. That's where Wonder Woman came from.
Oh yeah, Amazonia.
Yeah, that's how you get the Amazon to them, to all the women.
Half
God, half women.
Yeah. Atlantis, that shit like that.
They say that's where their world is at. Like that Bermuda Triangle. It's like a portal. Yeah. So if you watch, believe it or not, the Wonder Woman movie's pretty bad.
Yeah, it is.
It shows you kind of dope.
History,
like girl power stuff.
Just
you get past that and you can see like the beauty of it, like their culture.
Yeah, of course we don't got no Queen of Heaven.
Chew the meat, spit out the bone.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? The shit that they do, you like, oh man, this is halfway decent. Like, they kind of give you like little nuggets of how the kingdom could be, like in a righteous manner.
Yeah.
Especially the
you take the warrior side out of it, man, and how the way they
go fire, yo.
Like, damn, okay.
Yeah, man, you look at Asgard, you look
that's fire.
Better than that.
Hey, that's the spirit you said that because I was at my job, like, man, it was Jay, he was talking to me, talking about anime and all that other shit. I'm like, you know what they never do? I said they'll make more movies about woman power, but they won't make a lot of movies pertaining to a black man and woman power. I said, imagine if Thor was black. And you had a whole bunch of, I like remember the second one with all the angels that was fighting and was fighting the sister and shit like that. And I said, imagine if they was all black.
But somehow they made the servant Jake. The doorman. He Idris Elba. Yeah. See, they still gotta. You know your place though. Yeah, you decked out, but know your place.
Yeah, right.
You know what I'm saying?
You decked out, they know it though.
Yeah. Yeah, that made me think of when they said Sheba came to see King Solomon.
Yeah.
She thought the doorman was King Solomon. He was so fly. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. That makes me think of the kingdom.
Yeah, exactly.
Because he decked out though. You know what I mean? And he wanted to play around with it. He was a G. He wasn't super polite. You could tell it's on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. He was a steal with his shit.
Yeah. Come on, man.
He ain't smile at you. He ain't smirk at you.
Yeah. You need to go.
Yeah, right.
What you need? Come in here and see.
Spoke with purpose.
Yep.
That's another thing. E done put that on Jake, where Jake just talk the talk, because E so full of so much bullshit. He don't speak with purpose. His purpose is wickedness. He doesn't want to tell you his true thought process. But everything is just. Nobody speaks direct anymore, because when you speak direct nowadays, you're mean or
you're offensive,
you're aggressive, or offensive.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
He hurt my feelings.
Yeah,
he's a grown fucking man.
Yeah, yep.
Grown fucking man. That's fucking
feelings. Yeah, you got considered. At my daughter's graduation yesterday, motherfucking transformer. Fucked up. A transformer is valedictorian and wants everybody to oh, I'm the first transformer ever to be a back. And the whole crowd clapping and got up and clapping and shit. I'm looking like,
And they all got marked.
this is accepted, y'all?
Yeah.
I'm looking around like, are y'all serious, y'all?
You ain't got no choice.
You get up and this and that and that. And then you know what's crazy about that? I'm gonna say this. You want somebody to accept you for who you are when you can't accept yourself for who you are. You were born a boy, and you couldn't accept that you were a boy, so you want to become a female. Then say, accept me for who I am. You
We
can't
gotta
accept
accept
me for who you
stuff
are.
that don't even make sense.
Yeah.
You know, we gotta.
But and if we speak on that, we're shaming and we're offensive.
Exactly.
So you calling the Most High offensive then, because He the one who made you a boy.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
That hurt.
It's crazy because then you become the problem.
Yeah.
Where we at? What you got?
I'm gonna close out this out with 2:5.
Stop.
Yea, also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man. Neither keepeth at home, who enlarges his desire is hell, and is as death.
Yeah, because pride goes before destruction and the Holy Spirit of fall. So the pride that this devil will have is going to reach out into the heavens to the point where he's going to think that he's above all these particular nations, and he's going to show his horn, which is going to cause these other nations to turn against him and burn this bitch with fire.
Yeah, come.
So,
And cannot be satisfied, but gathereth unto him all nations,
yep,
and heapeth unto him all people.
yep, and that's what he did back in the ancient Roman Empire, and that's what he's doing now to the revival of the ancient Roman Empire, okay? Spreading himself to them. He gonna lose control over everything, man.
And I was just thinking about that because, like, we fighting against all these other countries, but then you losing control of your own country. So the inside of the country is divided, and it's all the same thing happened in Rome.
Yeah.
And, you know, they was fighting amongst, you know, the inside of Rome and trying to fulfill wars and everything. And that's how Rome did the same way, you know, America's going down like that.
Scripture said, "King divided shall not stand."
Come on.
Saying cast out saying, you know, how should we stand? So
Yeah, come on.
this place is gonna be fucking broken down from the inside out and from the outside in. You know? But brother don't got anything with that. You know, the water y'all watching me outside allowing us to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, bringing out some edifying scriptures through the Spirit. You know, before we end off, Lord willing, we be back out here again to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great. To the Pan which means face the east and give all praise and glory to.
Yeah, how by the ship, y'all shine by the ship, come to God.
No honors to our apostles, our elders, and bishops. So bring millstone and you know, teaching on sound doctrine. Peace, love, and salutations to you. I go out there and work with truth and sincerity. Till next time, follow us.
From your shout.
Shalom.
Shalom. That brother like a buyer.
Mike?